And how you guys doing? This is very important in reference to documentation of my identity. There's more documentation of my identity of who I am and who my biological parents are, more than the documents of these people trying to confuse my identity with some criminal. The activity of them trying to alter information is a violation of the enormous amounts of documentation that my parents had and grandparents had, or, in reference to my grandparents' companies and my mother and father's companies. And Windsor Castle even has documentation of my identity. So in reference to the people that are trying to confuse my identity, the location of the government branch has to be investigated. These people and the names of these people and their identity of their activity of trying to confuse my identity with a poor person or a person that comes from a poor family, that is attempts of murder. That means they're trying to steal everything that my parents and grandparents had worked for and earned and created their empires. So in reference to the facts of information, there's more documentation of who my biological parents are than this facade of what these people have created. And these people have to get prosecuted for their lies and their tricks of stealing from me. The activity of their people using government offices to forge documents and to steal things from me with their falsifications, they need to track down the exact people that played this Mark Ray game down to the fucking day that they did it, and the identity and fingerprints of the individuals that are involved. The Roll Protocol's been in the media before they made that Greenfield document. The government has to get prosecuted from before then, before when they kidnapped me, because they kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions, and they kidnapped me from my mother, and then my mother had to file charges against them, and she had to send the truancy office over to the house where they were holding me hostage. And then the Frank or whoever it was had contacted a politician, and the politician had made the false document, the false Greenfield birth certificate document of what they had been using and forcing me to use the name Mark Ray all these years. So in reference to the activity of government and the exact people and the time and date and location and the computer or the printer that they used, the type of printer, the type of location, the type of people that was involved, race and religion, and their fingerprints, and their family history of who they are, in reference to them kidnapping a hermaphrodite Jewish Catholic child and them holding a person hostage. Don't forget, I have family history of Jewish and Catholic religion and royal family history too. So in reference to these government people that are denying the factual information of my identity, those people need to get apprehended and put on trial for intentional crimes of trying to steal my identity. And the physical assault, these people have tried to make me have to convince them. Look how many times they have sexually assaulted me, claiming they were trying to check whether I was a hermaphrodite or not. That is attempts of murder. It says on certified documents that I am a hermaphrodite, a royal hermaphrodite. The fact that I am a natural hermaphrodite. The fact that I am the only child of my biological hermaphrodite parents. These government people must get charged for 100% attempts of murder, injuring me as their way of trying to look at my body for their sexual fetishes and their sexual crimes. They must get prosecuted for human trafficking, sperm, and genetics. And all those children have to have criminal records that they had made, and all those government people must get prosecuted for their manipulations and their crimes and their illegal activities of trying to steal my mother and father's estates and companies from me. And they must get prosecuted for trespassing on my anatomy. They must get prosecuted for trespassing on corporate property and orchestrating their illegal activities of their agents that had falsified and fronted as certified, but they're not certified, meaning like these people tried to front as legal employees with hidden agendas to try to steal or to try to hijack companies. These people need to get prosecuted for their illegal trespassing with their hidden agendas and their intentional of defrauding me from my ownership and they must get prosecuted for their activities and their manipulations of prolonging the crimes, and the courts need to prosecute these people immediately, and the time and dates and lawsuits against the courts for not proceeding back then with the activities of legal rights of law, meaning like they did not follow the procedures of law of prosecuting these people for trying to steal my identity and them trying to defraud me in their actions of their government people. They must get prosecuted for their intentional harm, their intentional disillusioning of the situation, and their intentional crimes of trying to confuse people with their ways of manipulations. It's attempted murder every day. I've not received any compensation from the courts yet, or from insurance or benefits. It's attempted murder every day.